After 15 years of marriage, my wife dressed carefully for a night out, preparing for a date with her lover. She leaned in, a playful smile on her lips, and whispered, "Jake, I need to feel young and wild again tonight." What she didn't realize was that I had already packed her bags and changed the locks on our doors. Meanwhile, her lover's wife was waiting at a restaurant, divorce papers in hand, ready to confront them both. For 15 years, Emily and I had built what seemed like the perfect life. We had raised 2 children, shared laughter over family dinners, and endured the ups and downs of marriage together. But recently, the warmth and familiarity had shifted into distance, secrecy, and quiet tension. Late nights at work, hushed phone calls, and the glow of her screen at odd hours replaced the intimacy we once shared. I noticed the changes immediately. I had always been attentive, and Emily's shifting behavior didn't escape my notice. When I asked her about it, her answers were vague, filled with half-truths and deflection. As the cracks in our marriage widened, my mind raced through possibilities. Was she unhappy? Was I losing her? I convinced myself it was a rough patch, something we could work through like we always had. I had no idea that Emily's desire to feel young and reckless again would soon lead us both down a path of betrayal, heartbreak, and a shocking twist that would change our lives forever. As I watched the subtle shifts in her behavior, my suspicions deepened. She spent more time on her phone, often smiling at messages she refused to show me. She began dressing up more often, offering no real explanation. Small signs, yet they built into something undeniable. The breaking point came one evening when I overheard a muffled conversation. Intimate, unmistakably so. Later, a glance at her phone confirmed my worst fears. I couldn't confront her immediately. Instead, I sank into quiet paranoia, taking mental notes of every unusual errand, unexplained absence, and hour of unaccounted time. The pattern was clear. Something was terribly wrong. I had uncovered the truth, and there was no turning back. Alone in the living room, I reflected on the 15 years we'd shared. The love, the family, the laughter. Heartbreak threatened to consume me, but amidst the pain, I resolved to remain calm and strategic. Impulse would only lead to chaos. Careful planning would serve justice. Then an unexpected revelation struck. Emily's lover was married too. A spark of an idea formed. Instead of confronting Emily alone, I reached out to his wife. We shared the same suspicions, the same heartbreak, and together we decided to hold both our spouses accountable. We arranged to meet at the restaurant where the clandestine rendezvous had been planned. The plan began to take shape. My heartbreak transformed into quiet, unwavering determination. I knew chaos would follow, but taking control gave me a strange sense of closure. With every element of my plan in place, I braced myself for the confrontation that would change everything. The night arrived. Emily, oblivious to the storm I had set in motion, spent hours preparing, perfecting her look for the man she thought she would meet. I worked quietly on my preparations, packing her belongings into suitcases, each item a silent farewell to the life we'd shared. I placed them by the front door, a final marker of the marriage that was ending. Then I changed the locks on every door, ensuring that when she returned, this house would no longer feel like home. Each turn of the key echoed my resolve to protect myself and our children. With the groundwork complete, I reached out to her lover's wife. Our conversation was surreal, yet liberating. We had both been suffering the same betrayal, and now, together, we would expose the truth. At the restaurant, the plan unfolded flawlessly. Emily's lover arrived, expecting an intimate evening, only to be met with his furious wife, divorce papers in hand. Her anger cut through the room, drawing the attention of nearby diners. What should have been a night of passion quickly became a humiliating spectacle. Moments later, Emily arrived, anticipation lighting her face. But as she stepped inside and saw the chaos, her excitement vanished. She froze, witnessing her lover confronted by his enraged wife. The dreamlike escape she had imagined shattered in an instant. Reality crashed down with brutal force, and for the first time, she saw the consequences of her actions. Meanwhile, I remained home, waiting in silence. Soon, Emily would return to find her suitcases stacked neatly and the locks changed. My phone lit up with frantic messages, growing more desperate by the minute. Pleas, apologies, and manipulative attempts to regain entry. None of it moved me. My focus was no longer on the past, but on rebuilding a future free of deceit. Exposing Emily's infidelity wasn't about revenge. It was about reclaiming my dignity and finding closure. Though I had lost 15 years of marriage, I had gained something far more valuable: the freedom to start over on my own terms. Sometimes the harshest truths lead to the strongest resolutions. Betrayal may break you, but in the end, it also sets you free.